Okay, and we are officially live. Hello, everybody. Good evening. It's Tuesday night, and it's time for Something Witchy This Way Comes. And I got my two witches with me for the night,
Hi.
Kristen Louise and Karen, Care Bear Bard of Cards. So thank you, ladies, for joining me. Was really excited to do this because I have several I got Witch Lenormand, a couple Witch Oracles, and I was like, oh, let's just do a show on, like witchy reading. So, plus a couple of others. So thank you for joining me. And there's Ange. Hello, Ange. And Magus was popping in earlier and saying hello. So hello, Magus. And yeah, it's almost Halloween, and something witchy this way comes. It could be a little wicked, I guess, maybe. If you want to perceive it. So there's always a good little wicked involved. And for the party, I brought a couple of my friends. I got Samantha from Bewitched. I got a couple other girls hanging out, and I got Alice Cullen hanging out with me as well to join us girls tonight. And I have Karen, aka Bunny. What ears are those? Are those
Okay,
bad
this is
ears?
supposed to be a cat, right? And
Cat
it's
ears?
not.
Okay.
But I was like, you know what? Cat, fox, whatever.
Yeah, they look very fox-like. Yeah.
But I wanted to just do a different kind of ear. But yeah, it was advertised as cat ears, and they looked like cat ears on the thing until I put them on. I was like, yeah.
And
So,
she's our sexy
so
little
I drew some
cryptid tonight.
whiskers and a little nose.
So cute.
Very cute. And we have the gorgeous Kristen Louise as always. So thank you,
Thank
ladies.
you.
So yeah, we have Melly is here. Hello, Melly.
Hello.
So we'll give it a few minutes for notifications to drop. And so yeah, a lot of shows this week. Everyone getting excited for Samhain. If you celebrate Samhain. Now, Kristen, do you celebrate Samhain within your Nordic tradition, or is it called something different? Or
No, I don't. No, it's. I mean, there's ancestral. There's an ancestral part to it, but yeah, there's different names for it, but I won't get into that. But no, the Samhain is Celtic, so yeah.
Okay. So it's the week of the Celtic Samhain. It's All Saints Day that was borrowed by the Christians from the pagans, and then of course we have Dios. I can never say the word, beautifully through like I'm supposed to. Now we have Ramon here. He just be rolling it off that sexy ton of his, and But Day of the Dead.
Yeah,
Dios
whatever.
de
Like
Muertos,
Muertos or something like that. Yeah.
Muertos. Oh yes. So
Yeah. I can roll my R's.
Oh.
Yeah, that's about the only thing I do.
Oh, I can't do that.
So according to Miss Moonlight, Cleopatra wore ears just like that on Halloween when I was her cat. Okay, Miss Moonlight.
Nice.
I think they're more
Fridays.
cosplay kind of look.
I like what Melly said. Was it Melly that said she's a pretty little minx?
I like that.
Yes.
Nice.
I'll go with that.
So Dia de la Muertos, and I'm going to wait till that day. I have a beautiful Barbie doll. And yes, this is back when I had the little extra. I paid $300 for her. She was a special edition. The paint on the design on her face, the box, the clothing, everything just absolutely gorgeous. So I'll have to share that maybe Friday night for November 1st.
Ooh,
and so nice. We have everybody coming in. Welcome, welcome. So we were going to do a general, but then Karen said, I have this spread, and it's based on a discovery of witches. I don't know if anybody has seen the TV show. I absolutely love it. Highly recommend it. And Karen, did you want to show the spread really quick? Because I know if Miss Carol D pops in, she loves her spreads. Ooh.
I just printed this out old school style, y'all. I don't even have a color printer.
I don't even have a printer, so go for it. So, a discovery of witches.
Okay, so, I can't see. Okay, there we go.
All good. So we're going to be doing 3 cards tonight. Instead of 4, we're going to do 3. And so, thank you, my dear. It was so cool. And so we're going to base our readings on that spread. And you see the question scrolling across. Number 1, a clue to who you really are. 2, your dormant magical power, and then 3, how to embrace your power. And Miss Moonlight said, very nice. And hey, Dina, Shaw Woman is here. Hello, my dear.
Tina.
And yes, Melly. Oh, exciting. And so, ladies, what did you bring to use tonight? Do you want to share your decks?
Sure, Karen, you want to go?
Okay,
Sure.
so y'all know part of me out like my Dame Darcy Witchy cat. And
Speaking of, come here.
yeah.
Just in time.
Yeah.
See, like
Aw.
the kitties.
This is kind of like what her cat that she
See,
Yeah.
he's actually right on the back.
You're right in a bit.
So that was her
Yeah.
cat. Hi.
Thanks. Did you have any now your bird? Do you have charms tonight?
I do have I got my charms out. I got some quotes.
Hello,
And
Carolyn.
I might switch it up a little bit here and there with my decks. Of course, I got the Tarot of the Haunted House.
Me too.
And then I've actually got my Everyday Witch, and I've got I've got an Oracle. I forgot I had that matches it.
Very cool.
And I've got my Literary Witches. I don't know. I got more witchy stuff than I thought I had. So.
Yeah. Now you gotta leave Mommy's hand alone. So I'm going to go over. So Kristen, are you using your beautiful cards too tonight?
Yeah, they're here. So if I feel called to use them, but the tarot decks, I'm using the Witch's Tarot. Apologies, there is nudity in the deck.
Oh,
so,
please.
And that's by Burning Paper Hearts. So and then the Ritual Tarot as well. So
oh, I don't think I've heard of that. Oh,
yeah.
You came prepared. You put
Excellent.
paper hearts on them. I'm impressed.
Oh no, that's the name of it. Burning Paper Hearts. That's the company.
I thought you cut out like paper hearts and put it over. I was like, wow, that was a lot of work.
No, I'm not that crafty.
Okay.
And then I have a bunch of Oracle decks as well. So like the Magic of You Oracle, and then like a couple others as well. So we'll see what I'm called to then.
All righty, very nice. And Mazi, are we going to share with everybody what we have? So Mazi and I have the Witch's. Would you stop? You can't gotta keep pushing my hand so everyone can see. So we have the Witch's Wisdom. Oh, you got eye cookies. Don't show everybody your eye cookies. Oh my goodness. I have my Witch Oracle, Woman in Total Control of Herself.
Nice.
I have the black, well, I keep calling it the Black Obsidian, but it's the Obsidian Veil. Goddess or Divine Feminine or female archetype, deck that is by Vixen. And I also have his tarot, the Ethereal Tarot with me to go along with that. And I have my Witchy Lenormand that I've been wanting to use. And this is so cool. I got this from a store in the Netherlands. And let's see if we can find it. It's got all like this is one of my favorite cards. I might have to turn my iPad around. So I've got
cool.
her. They got like little witchy hats, on some of the ladies. So it's a really, really cool Lenormand deck with a couple of extra cards that she has added. And let me see if I can find
my nose itches. I've got this highlighter on my nose.
So very, very cool. So and now you're going to have to get down because you're digging my leg and you're pushing my hand and you can't have attention right now. So bye everybody. Bye. Okay. Talk about nose in the hair now. Okay.
Hi, Carolyn and Peter.
I know I saw Carolyn and
yeah. I just wanted to
There's
make
someone
sure
new. Cody.
Yes.
Yeah. There's Carolyn. Hello, Carolyn and Peter. And Cody, welcome. Hello, everyone.
Yes.
Just seen the live and was scrolling, and it connects with what I've been researching. No, I am no witch or warlock, but do bear a witch mark. I guess it's been here since birth. I can't. I don't have enough experience to know whether something on our bodies is a natural birthmark or is a witch's mark.
I just have a theory in general.
What's your theory?
It's not like to confirm a mark or whatever, but I just really from a lot of I've been from researching quotes to pick out, like the way I do. And then I was like, well, who's this person? And then I would start reading about them, and I'm like, wow, I started learning so much. I really feel like this is all inside of us, and witch is just really a name for a healer, really. And we have all kinds of different things. I mean, there's like what 40, 50 plus, at least, maybe even more types of witchcraft that you can practice and everything.
Oh,
I
yeah.
mean, we all have this magic inside of us. We just unlock it.
It's harnessing intention is what witchcraft is. So.
Yeah, there's no one set of rules. Everybody does their side of it. What matters is how you treat it inwardly, I think.
Healers, yep. They were healers, they were soothsayers, they were seers, they helped their village.
Cody, the M's. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
That's
I just
okay.
saw. Is it an M or is it a like an X?
See, I'm not familiar with palm reading or marks. To me, some people feel that a certain mark or marks on our bodies can designate a past life. If you believe in reincarnation, can represent a birthmark, or possibly a birthmark in this lifetime could possibly be a result of a wound in a past life. Um, I don't know really how necessary, what, because this is kind of the whole thing in, and not going down that rabbit hole too far tonight, but I know how some people are considered hereditary, which is that they're in the book of shadows and their teachings have been handed on through their family and generations. Um, but a lot of times too, it's just that we all have, like Karen was saying, the innate ability. It's just basically taking, our energy and creating the change that we want to see in our life.
Yeah.
And setting the intention in there.
Absolutely. I just got excited because I read a little bit about palm reading the other week, and I was just like, oh yeah, I think I was that X or that whatever, or am I just making that up in my head? And I remembered it wrong.
Brujera, yes. And let's say hi. Joyful Dolphin is here. Hello, Joyful.
Hi,
And Carolyn says, I'm in a temple working on abilities and drawn from within myself. That's beautiful, Carolyn. And let's see. I don't practice or study none of it. I'm a construction worker. So is my nephew. It's a tough job.
Yeah.
And some witches are very psychic. Yes. And that would be maybe for like another show where we actually go in and kind of talk about
You're right,
the
Heather.
history.
I've been reading a lot. I got hooked into reading and learning. I was like, I don't really know a lot. And I realized I was interested in learning about it. But, like Cody, I don't, do like spell work and, and stuff like that. But I do, I do astrology and I do tarot. And I started looking, I'm like, divination witchcraft, cosmic witchcraft. I was like, I'm doing that in my own way.
There's also baneful witchcraft. Like there would be people that you would go to if someone wronged you, and you go to them to create a curse. So there were witches like that.
Yeah,
there were a gray one. They could go either way.
And that's like a whole, that would be like a whole series.
That would be amazing. I've been doing a lot of research in a short period of time.
I think it was about a year and a half ago, 2 years. I was doing a Witchy Wednesday, and I had colleague, the Cool Crone, joining me, and each week we were talking about the read, harm not, and we were talking about the concept of deity, God, goddess, and other things. And I like to kind of maybe bring that back because I have so many, and I no longer, read with her, but I have a lot of new people that I do with now, and it would be like a new, now a refresher, but it would bring in fresh insight. For me,
Tom would probably know a lot too.
Anybody who is interested in Wicca or witchcraft, Scott Cunningham, hands down, he was very ethical. He was very well researched. I still have, several of his books in my collection from when I was younger. So if you want somebody who is ethical, respects nature, respect for the earth, and respect for oneself and their coven or their community, even solitary, he really is the way to go. And yes, Dina has
Yeah.
heard of Scott. So
I think look at their background if it's possible before you start like studying what they're teaching, because that, I mean, it really is based on morals. I mean, um,
mhm.
yeah, I'm not going to name any names to, sway anybody, but I would just say like that's a good practice to do in general in life, right? Is to
Mhm.
vet somebody that you're putting your spiritual trust into. So yeah.
Yes,
Yeah, I have a book
absolutely.
that I actually have a book by an author, Phyllis Carroll, that addresses it. So I think maybe after the show, if you ladies want, I would like to start doing that Witchy Wednesday again, or a show like that where we can bring on people and we can start exploring and having the discussion about it. I would
I
love
love
that.
it.
And
That'd be
Sassy
great.
Tom is here, and I'm calling him Sassy because he says, I find it very interesting that Karen has been just about every other animal, but not a bear. She's not a bear. She's a minx.
I've
Get it
been looking for
straight.
the right bear ears. Okay. I'm like getting to the point where I'm about to just make my own. I'm
Oh my
working on
God.
it. It will come.
Oh wow. Even Tom says, even I don't mind Scott Cunningham because he was very ethical. You know, he had respect for the earth, for the animals, for even the rocks and minerals. You know, when he says you do spell work, if you are using anything that has an animal or had to come from something that had to give its life force, you need to make sure that, it was treated with respect, that it was resourced, ethically. I mean, he was we lost him
Wow.
very early on in 93, but Raven Wolf, yeah.
I saw the name. Yeah, and I read a little bit.
To ride a
Yeah.
silver broomstick is good, because she addresses morals as well, and she also gives you a list of questions and prompts for you to write and journal to make sure you exactly know why you want to practice or why you feel that this is your path. So yes,
Yeah.
after a while it got a little bit too too much marketing and stuff, but she is good to start with to ride a silver broomstick. And Miss Moonlight has a few of Scott's books, and Tom says, and I am a curmudgeon. He's a sassy curmudgeon. There we go. All
They need
righty.
like a Gemini one. I guess that could be like the eclectic there, right? Like where you just kind of do your, I don't know. Anyways, I was fascinated by that. It's really interesting, everyone.
I actually have a deck that does have Lilith. Yes. Um, let's see, Dina.
Yes,
I studied.
I actually have the Lilith sigil I'm wearing right now.
Oh,
I've been starting to work with Lilith recently. So
Very
yeah,
cool.
yeah.
Angela is here. Hello, Angela, my dear.
we'll have to
Um,
keep us
I
posted.
just watch YouTube and figure out what works for me. The most magical thing about magic is it can be your own. Yes, it can be. I love
Yeah.
that.
I
Oh,
believe that.
Um,
Absolutely.
I picked up this deck. The card on the bottom was Lilith.
oh wow! So
Okay, she's coming through
she's
already.
present.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we are going to be doing these three questions. We're going to pull cards for each one of those. If anybody would like a reading tonight based on these three questions, a clue to who you really are, your dormant magical power, and how to embrace your power. So if anybody would like for us to pull cards, please let us know. Go ahead and type me in big letters.
Now, are we doing three cards each, or is one of us taking each question?
Oh, we can do that too. What do you think, Karen? Usually for me, well, for me, I usually can't. It's hard for me to do a reading with just one card, but we can
Oh
try.
yeah, like I would pull a few cards for each question, like for the question.
I
Yeah,
would be the one
but
who's like, well, I know I've got this one, but I could see this other one right over here.
So here, let me.
Yeah, do whatever you feel comfortable with. It's not a set rule, Kristen. Like,
hmm
yeah, do
Yeah,
what,
we can do each one of those,
yeah,
and wait a minute.
yeah.
Each take a question sounds cool. Dina says, okay.
yeah, yeah. Then it wouldn't quite take as long.
The only thing is
I
though,
could
every
still throw
time
some charms.
the only thing is that when we're done with each reading, we're going to have to switch off and around again, so we're not all having the same pulling for the same question. So
Yeah.
yeah, that might be where. Let me see.
Okay, well then we'll do. Hey, I'm just here for the ride. I'm like, I'm not
Well, I know.
hosting.
Okay, so what we'll do is we'll do. Yeah, let's do that. We'll rotate, and I'll just move who's going to be the first one. For the first question, and the top one right here in the screen. So, yeah, we'll do that.
Cool. That
Let's
works.
try something because I've seen Gerald do this many times, and I don't know how he
Mm-hmm.
does it. It gets because he's like avert your gaze, avert your
Yeah,
gaze.
avert
I'm
your
like,
gaze.
ah!
Yeah.
So let me see. Okay, so right now I have five. I have Miss Moonlight, Dina, Angela, Carolyn, and Joyful Dolphin. Um, okay, Joyful Dolphin, just calm down, sweetheart. You're not asking questions. We're just going to pull cards based on these three here. So just relax, my dear. It's going to be all good. I got you on the
Yeah,
list. Um,
yeah.
and Tom, it's Dina, Dena. So she's probably already writing that in the Joyful.
Dina
Listen
is
to me,
so funny.
sweetheart. You're not asking a question. The questions that are in the bottom are what we're going to pull cards for you. So you don't need to ask a question. So just relax, girlfriend. We got you. So up first is Miss Moonlight. So I will pull on a clue to who you really are. I see Karen's next to me, so she can do your dormant magical power, and Kristen can do how to embrace your power. All
Great.
righty. It's just that we got so many decks. It's like, which one do you choose? Clue to who you really are. Oh, I love that question. Okay, Melly, I got you, my dear. Okay, Miss Moonlight, who you really are. No whammies. That's funny. I used to love watching that show. And Tom says it's oddly quiet at Karen's house tonight. Alrighty. So, ooh. Okay. So Miss Moon. Oh, I'll wait till all the ladies are ready so that we can go flow succinctly. Um,
You can go ahead and go. I was gonna like grab a charm and it makes a lot of noise, so you can go ahead.
okay. Alrighty. So, Miss Moonlight, I'm just going to do that. I got for your question a clue to who you really are. I pulled from Witch, woman in total control of herself, and I got the Alchemist of Pain. Um, and for me, this feels that you know how to take you know how to take your pain and you know how to transform it. You like alchemy and alchemist, you take the the sadness, um, the grief, all the things that are extremely painful that we experience as humans on a daily basis, and you have that ability to be able to transmute that. So this could maybe be part of your power, but an alchemist of pain, someone who knows how to transform their pain into something positive. Um, I also got Amunute. I probably pronounced her name wrong. From the Obsidian Vale, and she was a native woman. And her message is true strength lies not in conquest, but in the power to forge unity. So again, alchemist of pain, being able to take the pain within yourself from others or the pain that you feel in the world and transform it into something beautiful. You acknowledge it, you honor it, and you use that to help form unity within yourself and with others. And for my Witchy Norman, I have a beautiful clover, very successful, very abundant. You are very, how do I say this with the clover? It's success. It's about abundance, but for me too, with her, it's also the green. It's the earth. It's the reconnecting. Like with this picture here, you see the red coming out and going into the earth, absorbing into the earth. So I feel like your powers in like nature, the magic, like a green witch, and being able to again transmute that power, and you do it in a beautiful way. I have the bouquet, which is about success, and um, another card for abundance. But the bouquets are a beautiful sign of okay, the word tranquility just came to my mind. So with the clover and the bouquet, um, who you are, um, almost like the earth. You feel, you have the you with the alchemy of pain too within the earth. I'm trying not to drag this, but it's the ability to take the pain, and the energies and negativities, the impurities within Mother Earth, and be able to transform that, using your energy, reconnecting and healing. So whatever we take in and we send it back to Mother Earth and asking her to transform and to blossom and renew life. And that's where I'm going to end with that. And I'm going to give you over to Karen because she has number 2 for you.
Hi,
And
Miss
hi, Miss
Moonlight.
Carol D.
Hi, Miss Charity. So good to see you. Okay, Miss Moonlight. So I was just shuffling up using the St. Darcy witchy cat, and the tower just like literally flew out. And I was on mute. I was like kind of laughing. I'm like, you freaking kidding me, right? I'm just gonna like let you take in this tower because it's a little bit different here. I mean, it's the same thing, but I mean they're actually like in the water. I mean, it's kind of like he's like on a life raft or something. I've been trying to figure that part. There's like a boat, but look at that like one. It's kind of blurry. That one little sad tear, you know. Yep. And then the waves coming in and water. That's funny that you say alchemy because like that makes me think with like temperance heathers, like with the fire and the water. So I think your hidden power is that you are somebody who challenges other people to grow without even realizing it. Because I got additional card for that is the Hermit. And it says below there to retreat and recharge. What are towers? They're faulty things, they're illusions that we're going to fall anyways. I think you're not think I feel like with this, I mean, what is the hermit? He's a light. He or she is a light, a teacher. They learn by going within themselves and setting an example, and can teach and mentor others. I didn't pull from this deck, but I was drawn, like my eye just looked over and I just felt like I just needed to show this to y'all. And it's like a meditation for clarity. And look at that. This is from the Everyday Witch, the Oracle. And I just thought that was lovely. I just wanted to show that to y'all because it fits in this energy here. It's like, I think you have the ability to like calm people down to you, but it's like you can challenge and you can teach those who are ready, to make those transitions. And it was interesting, because the Hermit is about going within yourself. On the bottom of the deck, in Dame Darcy's deck, the Three of Pentacles came out reversed. So this isn't about necessarily working with others right now because, the Hermit's got to go through that journey alone here. and come to those places. I got like a little wing was one of my charms. And, you know, that's movement away from that tower, I think. You can maybe sense those things and that things are coming too, like almost like a premonition to kind of get away from it. Because he's going away in a life raft. That just kind of came to me. So I wanted to add that. And I pulled one of the only quotes, one of the few quotes that seemed suitable to put in my choices here was something that apparently Marie Laveau said. And I mean, Marie Laveau is pretty powerful, right? Legendary. Here is the day we must welcome it with song. So that's about like living in the moment, meditating, learning how to be present and to help lead, you know, coming out of this, and you can teach and heal others. I feel like that's like your dormant superpower, super magical power is that ability to go there with it. So that's my message for you.
Alrighty, thank you, Karen. And over to Kristen. How to embrace your power.
Yes, how to embrace it. So I got the 7 of coins first. And I'm going to read this card a little bit differently than the usual Rider-Waite-Smith because it's a ballerina. And I'm actually going to the ballet on Friday. I love ballet. And
Me too.
really?
I love ballet. Yes.
And the thing is, ballet is beautiful. It's strong. It's graceful. But in those shoes is a bloody mess of a foot. They are bent, they're covered in sores, and they are in a lot of pain. And so don't do that. Don't do that to yourself. Don't hide your pain. If you go through something difficult, don't feel like you have to put on a mask. Let other people see your vulnerability. If your gift truly is to sort of alchemize your pain and to, in a way, help other people in that process, you need to be in touch with your feelings as well. You can't suppress them. So don't try to suppress your feelings because you need to feel them in order to authentically connect to others, you know, with empathy. I got the 7 of Cups, and to me, this is saying this is a self-care card. You take one thing at a time. Like in the usual Rider-Waite-Smith, there is all these choices before the person. And you can try to choose all of them and do all of them at the same time, but you can only do one at a time, one step at a time, one foot in front of the other. So if you're going through something hard, just remember one foot in front of the other. And when you are called to help other people, remember to fill your own cup first, you know, so you can be there for other people. Yes. If you choose to. And then I got the Wheel of Fortune. And to me, this is just a sign that everything's going to work out, you know, and to let time be your guide. You know, the fate of the whims is, you know, sometimes things are going to be great, sometimes things are going to be bad. And I think to embrace your power, you basically need to get better at going with the flow, not letting things get to you so much. Because, you know, the only thing that stays the same is change. And so it's just keeping that in mind when things get difficult for you. And then I pulled from the Magic of You Oracle, and I got Mosaic. Let chance play its creative role in your life. And I think this goes back to the Wheel of Fortune card and just the chance of life, you know, that's going to, what things, the slings and arrows that they're going to be throwing at you, and just to accept the pain that they may cause and process them. And yeah, and then be able to move on a stronger person in knowing that you did that, knowing that you went through that and you came out the other side. So that's what I have for you.
And she said, "This is so true, Kristen. Been working on that, going with the flow." And she also said, "Makes sense 100%." So
Good.
very nice. All righty. And thank you, Ange, for putting the links in. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to put Karen there, and let's see. Let's see. I'm trying to figure out who. Okay, do this, and then I will do this avert your gazing and switching people around. Oh my god. So Karen will do the first question coming up, and let's see who we have next. Let me take Miss Moonlight off, and I'm probably going to if anybody comes in asking for reads, could my mods please let anybody know that questions are closed, because I do have 5 people, and these are going to be a little bit of an extensive reading. I love that. Okay, she says all the readings resonated. Wonderful. So, Dina. Okay, so my cards I'm going to be pulling for you is how to embrace your power, and Kristen, you have your dormant magical power. And then Karen comes. So, what deck to use to embrace your power?
Sorry, I just changed the diaper and put her down because I was looking. I was like, "Oh, she's tired."
So, Karen, you have the first question, a clue to who you really are.
Okay, and was that for Dina?
Dina. Mm-hmm.
Okay. I love Dina. She's so funny. Like, I love when she's just like, my little's gonna, it's a little bit until she goes to sleep.
As she settles down, yes.
Yeah. So it'll just be a minute, but she's in the way off distance. She's not like right here. So, but they're still loud. But yeah, when Dina ever she goes live, like it's just funny. I'm always cracking up, like listening to Dina. She makes me laugh. So if y'all see her around, stop in and say hey to her. She will make you laugh. I think I misunderstood before what y'all were doing. I was like, okay, so one tarot card. Anyways, I'm just gonna pull these real quick. Thank y'all for being here tonight, by the way. Mm-hmm. Y'all could be anywhere and you are here with all of us for a little witchy fun night. Oh, Dina. Okay. All right, just one more of these. And I'll try to quietly do some ASMR, pull a charm. Oh, goodness, Dina. Okay. All right. I make charms from like my kids' toys, all kinds of stuff. And then I have like some traditional charms too. So,
Tom, that's supposed to stay a secret between us. But by the way, check's in the mail. And Dina says, I love the sound of shuffling cards.
Oh my gosh. Y'all are too funny.
And Miss Tarot D says, I like that card. Karen uses the Ancestry cards. That's one of my favorite decks. I use them on Halloween night with the Ancestry spread.
It's one of my favorite too. It hits hard. I love it. Like in a good way, you know, like in the guidebook, everything about it, it's just so well done. And the card stock's nice. Colors. Yeah, I don't have a single complaint about it. I really like the deck. And it's not very expensive either. All right, here we go. Here we go.
Let me put you on the big screen, and there we go.
Oh, wow, this really adds up. Okay, and as I said, that I got just a little chill. Just a little chill. Okay, so from the angels and the ancestors, since, you know, Samhain, we were talking about that. Seer, okay? And it says, see beyond your current situation. You know, what are we doing here when we, you know, look into a crystal ball? People aren't like, oh, can you look and see? I mean, unless maybe, you know, most of the time it's wanting to see you in the future, right? And right here, it's like, right now, you are in this, I thought this was the Two of Swords for a minute, but I'm like, wait, that's justice. Oh my gosh. Okay.
Ooh.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. I mean, they both, like, one kind of like leads to the other. It's both Libra energy. And we're just coming out of Libra season. Balancing yourself out, and what, you know, how do you do that and keep everything fair, making the right decision, and to be fair in the process. Here, let's look a little bit closer too. Look at these cats. They're like having a little hissing fight here, you know? And then look at her. Oh my gosh, I wish it wasn't blurry or shining on me here. But basically, underneath that the blindfold or whatever, she's got one eye poking out, like, and she's looking, you know? So, and she looks kind of like, you know, like, this needs to balance out or whatever. Because I know you're here, because after that is the Eight of Cups. You're looking at walking away from something. What your emotional happiness. It's a transition here. Over justice, we had my little Lego shovel, right? You know, it's like, let's get to the bottom of this. I've got to figure something out. And Libras are notorious to, and I'm not saying you're a Libra because I know you're a Scorpio. And by the way, it's Scorpio season, baby. So, you know, right before this balancing of scales, then we go into, now we're ready to transform it. Libra is very careful about the decisions that are made. But once they make a decision, they'll on the most part stick with it. But it might have taken a long time to get there. So I'm just saying.
Her birthday is Friday. Happy early birthday, Dina.
Oh, happy early birthday. Yes. Oh. I hope I'll get to see you around that day so I can say it to you. On the bottom of the deck, Dina, the Queen of Cups. Now, let's just ignore the fact that her belly looks like it's a little like, I know we're not, you know, it's not that. It's just she, I mean, you know, but not, anyways, she embodies just love, nurturing, that mother, that also very, you know, with the seer. It's like, you know, it's time. It's almost, you can see, you're envisioning your future right now. It's almost like manifesting it. But you're very loving and you still care about others and you're nurturing. Scorpio loves hard and is very loyal. But as a Scorpio gets, you know, if you lose that with them though, it's really hard to get it back. I don't know if this letter will mean anything to you, but a V flew out on top of the Eight of Cups. Usually letters, unless I can see something spelled out, usually they are, you know, personal or some type of confirmation. And the quote that I pulled for you, Dina, is like right on the money. Everyone deserves a chance to fly. And that's from the show Wicked, the Broadway show. That's deep. I feel that. this is your chance. You know, like you're looking at your life and yeah, you're looking at giving yourself a chance. So I feel like that's where you are right now with things. Um, and this is like what's coming out, you know, like who you really are. You're meant to fly. And that's my message for you.
All righty. Thank you. And up next is Kristen with your dormant magical
Okay.
powers.
Yes, your dormant magical powers. So I got Justice card as well. I
What?
got two. Yeah, I got two of swords. Then I got the chariot, which is like balance between two choices. And then the chariot. And I see the chariot in the original Rider Waite Smith is he has those two horses that he's harnessing for victory. And then I got the Justice card. And to me, what this is saying to me is that your dormant magical power is harnessing your gut energy to tell things like it is. Like you are, to lack of a better word, a prophet. And a prophet is not someone who foretells the future, it's someone who foretells the truth. And so that's how I
I
Oh,
like
see
that's
that.
that
powerful. Oh, wow.
your
Sorry.
I'm
your
going to write that down.
okay. Yeah, your dormant magical power is telling the truth about reality, a truth about life, and seeing things for what they are. I pulled another card from the Mausolea deck, and you got Abraham, Justice of Pandemonium. So it's justice, truth, and duty. So I think your magical power, it comes back to justice. It comes back to seeing things when they are off kilter, when things aren't right. And you are able to name it. You know, you're able to name it, you're able to say it. You know, some people would be willing to um, sort of hide away from conflict, you know, not face the truth of reality. You face the truth. And that is a powerful gift. So that's what I see in the cards. So
Wow.
Ours lined up so much.
Yeah, I was gonna say, hey, that
yeah.
makes sense. And when you said about the prophet, she goes, "Oh dear God," and I can see her
It's a
ears
card
going,
now.
"Oh dear God." So,
I'm going to put it on
yes,
here.
I
Kristen.
agree, Ange. I wish Kristen would come read with us more often. Such a powerful and empowered reader. I mean, we are all
Oh,
great
thank
readers, but it would
you.
be nice to see more of Kristen. Yep, and we do, and we love
Oh, thank
you.
you.
And very kind.
So, Dina, all righty. How to embrace your power. Well, the first card from my Witch's Oracle is grounding. Girl, you got to ground. Get grounded, get centered. Um, really make sure that you are, and grounding just doesn't mean going out into nature or getting, it means getting enough sleep. It's eating properly, getting plenty of water, and taking time to do whatever type of meditation is good for you. Breathing exercises, nature is always, very important. It takes all levels for us to be grounded, our spiritual, our mental, our emotional. When we get grounded into the earth and reconnect with who we are and our roots, that's when we become really strong. We get very centered. We feel it in our core. We strengthen our core, not just physically but spiritually as well. So that was the card for you from the Witch's Oracle. And I pulled from my Witchy Lenormand, and I got the stork card first thing. And storks are typically about, announcing, the birth or a baby or fertility. But this is coming in announcing a new birth, a new evolution for you. And I really like how my cards are going to line up with Kristen and Karen's, because they were getting the justice and the chariot. I'm sitting here looking at my Lenormands, and I have dog, which is about loyalty. It's about friendship. It's about someone that you can trust, someone who's reliable, very dependable. And in the middle, we have the storm clouds. So as we see here, I'm trying to make it so I can line up properly on the screen. And then next to that, oh, how do I do this without? So you have dog, you have the storm. There we go. Nope, this way, Heather. Oh, one of these days I'm going to get the hang of this. And you have snake. And so, and where she is, she's right there in the middle. And on the sun card is the dog. This is, for me, this is about the balancing, the dark and the light. Um, Knowing how to balance the loyal, how to recognize the loyal, the dependability, the loyalty, um, and dogs too. Wild, they're wolf nature, which makes sense now with the bottom card, which is the moon card. But with me looking at this with the storm in between, you are in the middle. It's a balance. You're in the middle. You're walking the line. You have your broom. You are strong. You have your power. And brooms are known for in Wicca, witchcraft, and magical practices, a tool for cleansing, for brushing away negativity. And so for me, that broom is kind of like, not necessarily the scales like in a justice, but it's your power, it's your tool, and you forge ahead, and you're in the middle, and you're balancing both those that are of the light and of the dark. And the snake, of course, in the Norman is about watching out for um, people who don't have the best intents, about deceit, it's about betrayal, it's that literal snake in the grass. But it's also, snakes are about shedding skin, transmutation, rebirth, like the stork card. And the overall energy is the moon, tapping into that intuition. So maybe start paying attention to how you feel, and how your magic, how your natural magical practice, your intuition plays out during the moon cycles. The moon shows us, whether it's in dark or if it's in full light, the shadows and our abilities and our emotions and the depths and levels of where we work best. So that is what I have for you, my dear. Um, so let me just move this here out of the way, and let me
That
get back.
that helped me, too, because I was just like kind of got a little tongue tied when I was like, well, there's this belly here, and you were talking about like birthing or like, like birthing that
Evolution.
next, yeah, that evolution,
Mhm.
and I was just like, oh wow, like just so many things, like it was like weaving together, yeah.
That's it.
Mhm.
That
So
was
thank
beautiful.
you, Dina. Oh, thank you. And up next is Angela. Angela, I don't know if I've really read for you before, so a clue to who you really are. I know Kristen Louise hasn't done that yet. Let's see. Number two is your dormant powers. Have I done that yet, Karen?
Mm-mm. Oh wow.
Nope,
Oh
I don't think so. Okay, so this
no.
will be the okay. So Kristen, you'll be first. I'll be the second question, and Karen will be the last one. And we
Well,
are
she's saying she wants to give mine to the collective. I'm not sure.
Oh, the collective. Oh, thank
Yeah.
you for pointing that out. I just remember seeing me and putting that up there. Uh, okay, you ladies want to. Well, it's kind of hard to do.
You,
Well, um, well, we can do a collective reading at the end for everybody, not based on the questions, but we can do an overall. What do you ladies feel? How do you resonate with
I
this?
like that. Yeah.
Okay, so Angela, we will do a collective um, at the end. So Carolyn Booker, Carolyn, you're probably watching. Again, hello to you and Peter. Um, and so, okay, a clue to who you really are. Me, I sent in my answers. I don't know what she means by that, but because Carolyn's tapped in, so it's like, well, how do I read for somebody who's so tapped in already? I get a little nervous. Um, but alrighty, and hello, Starla Rainbow, welcome, welcome, and Carmela, hello, Chloe, my dear, good to see you. Um, so, where am I getting pulled to differently this time? Oh, hot flash. So, okay, Carolyn. your dormant magical powers. Okay. She's here. Hmm. Sid, questions are actually closed for the night, sweetheart. Because we have, multiple cards for each of the questions. So, if we have time, I'll add you, but we can't promise that we'll be able to. Oh, I just accidentally put her out. Oh, so Sid, my
Oops.
chat jumped, and when I went to go click on your comment, it jumped up and put me under banning. So you will be back shortly, my dear. I'm sorry. My apologies. That hasn't happened to me in a long time. And I hate when that does happen. Oh, Carolyn. Sorry.
Okay, give me one sec.
I know, Tom, I'm so cruel. I know, Miss Carol D, I'm so rude. It was nothing personal, Sid. You'll be back, sweetheart.
Okay. A clue to who you really are. I mean, we're all multitudes, we are a multitude of selves. It's just putting that out there first. So you got the Four of Wands first. Now, this is a different picture than you see in the Rider-Waite-Smith. So in this picture, she's actually bent over with like rope around her face. So she's in bondage. But she's next to a chair of stability. So she's leaning on the chair of stability. And then you got the Knight of Coins. And the Knight of Coins is practical. They are slow to react. They are strategic. So there's that. And the Queen of Cups. And the Queen of Cups is someone who feels deeply, can feel empathy deeply. And putting this together, this tells me that, almost similar to one of the earlier readings, that you have been through some shit. So you've experienced bondage in some way. But you made it through. You're the kind of person who is able to slowly but steadily make your way through those hard times. So you have a quiet strength about you, is what I'm going to say. People might not recognize it all the time, but you are a very strong person. But you also feel very deeply. And so you might have difficulty, balancing the two, trying to be rational, trying to be emotional. There might be, and I could be wrong, tell me if I'm off base, because I could read it a different way, that you have two sides to yourself. And you're always trying to blend the two, marry the two, the rational you and the emotional you, and putting those together. And so I see you as someone who seeks balance, someone who seeks balance within themselves, who wants to feel deeply, but also affirm the need to be practical and rational. So I seem to be repeating myself, but I think that's basically what I see in the cards. But then I pulled an oracle card from the Star Rune Oracle, and I got Fehu, I am enough. So I think this is saying a clue to who you really are is enough. You don't need to be Superwoman. You don't have to be perfect. You are enough as you are. You are beautiful the way you are. So that's what I have to say.
Oh my God.
Hopefully some of that rang true in some way.
I've got similar cards. Wow, that was beautiful, Kristen.
Oh, thank you.
So Carolyn from my witch oracle, woman in total control of herself. I got, and this is interesting, the exile, and this card here is based on a priestess of Avalon, and sometimes we have to go into a self-imposed exile to be able to, like Kristen was saying, find that balance, find out who we are. So when it comes to your dormant powers, I don't know if this is necessarily dormant, um, but you might want to look into. I don't know if you ever felt like you had a past life in Avalon. I know I have, and I feel like a lot of people I've met through the YouTube community and my spiritual journeys that I've connected with deeply have been some part of my past there as well, because it was such a strong place of learning, of healing, of magic for women. And in the book, I want to read the back of it. It says here, the witch knows her soul's song comes from dropping down into the wound of her unbelonging. Now is the time to apprentice yourself to the lostness, to companion the longing, to belong by asking what the longing wants from you. This isn't the time for self improvement or development, cutting away or transforming what makes you feel like you don't fit. Rather, it's a time to ask the voice of the void what it is yearning to create in you. So this is where your power is going to be tested to go through this. I don't want to say dark night of the soul, but this deep um, interconnection, this self, a healthy, of course, self-imposed exile into who you are and your abilities and what you are more beyond that. Like with Avalon, there was the veil, and we could part the veil when we were in touch with our own power and we understood the depths of our power and we trusted our power and we connected with it. And that way the mists were able to be removed, whether it was an actual physical mist or the veiled mist of our abilities. I feel like there's much more deeper that you can go from what these cards are saying to me than you realize at the moment. And it says here also, rather is a time to ask the voice of the void what is yearning to create in you. Yield to the ache, dear witch. The longing is forging a sanctuary for you if you will only follow its voice. And this card goes great because I did get the Hermit card on my tarot. So this again comes together perfectly. But really got me, Carolyn, was I got Joan of Arc for you. And Joan of Arc, courage is not the absence of fear, but the triumph over it. And from what the cards I'm seeing here from the tarot, a lot of pain, a lot of suffering. I know you shared some things personally, um, backstage and on your live shows with some of the things that you have been through in life and what you continue to go through physically with your health, but also it shows your courage, your stamina, that power of Joan of Arc within you. I did get the Eight of Swords. So again, maybe lifting, again, removing the veil from your eyes. You have the power to move through the swords, through this could very well have be connected to past life trauma, but I'm feeling like it's a balance. It's like a tapestry of both in this lifetime. Um, to move out of that Eight of Swords, that place of I don't want to say fear, but of self-imposed doubt or uncertainty. Let go of the judgment from others, from within yourself, because we are our own worst judge. Person that we judge ourselves, and allow that beautiful awakening to start happening. And again, with the Exile card, the Hermit, going into introspection, reflection, taking time to be with yourself. And the overall energy is the Three of Swords. So a lot of this more power that you have to you, I feel it might be suppressed because of a lot of pain and sadness that you have been through, heartache in the past, and things that you go through right now. But with that Joan of Arc behind you, my dear, that Joan of Arc energy, whatever I know you put your mind to, you will be able to do it. So, yeah, I got tingles when I saw the Joan of Arc because I feel that's very much you. And again, with the exile, the owl, the wisdom, that's all within you, my dear. And I'll give you over to Karen.
Hi. So, Carolyn, I'm not sure whether the towers are over, you feel, or whether you're still going through it. This card, the tower, is Scorpio again. But how to embrace it. Now, this is just one card of a few here. But I mean, she's got like a very, kind of like let me see if I can do my eyebrow raise. Like yeah. It's like it looked like, yeah, I did it. It was gonna fall anyways. But that needs to fall for you to find this balance. Because justice was in the bottom of my deck. Just it Libra and Scorpio. We're just making that transition. And this temperance is very different. And it makes me think, I believe you're doing learning Reiki and stuff too. And temperance is, staying that middle path. I think it would just be a little bit of a relief to you to be somewhere with that. Because look, she's kind of got like her eye open, one eye open on both sides. Like, is anything else going to happen? And the reason why I feel like that temperance would be good for you is because I had this charm come out on top of it, this green clover. They're not poorly, they're just regular clovers. But this is also a St. Patrick's Day coin. Saint Patrick, or I think maybe you might feel some relief if you can finish whatever. I know you've been through so much, but if there's something left, you'll know that for yourself what needs to come down, because it's not healthy for you. And this could be like a timing kind of thing, March. And we finish off here with this Two of Wands. Look, just like looking out, you got the world in your hands. And that also too makes me think like how you can see your sight. I see this as like a true diviner prophet kind of card, like seeing let me put it, I just put that aside, how Kristen phrased that, because I knew I would want to say this. Prophet is someone who foretells the truth. I think you can see, I know you can see that truth. And so you're looking out, and I don't know if this will have any significance for you, okay? I had a letter G come out. I had this like little window come out, but look, like it's, like one of those iron kind of windows, like over. So you feel kind of like closed in somehow. And I think you just need to break out, because I got a stormtrooper helmet with the tower, the stormtrooper, and go off. I mean, like you've got your own magic. And I think something good for you I get this Reiki energy off of this card for, there's the medicine guardian, but also be open to healing information for yourself. But I see this like you're learning new things with all of these gifts. For some reason, gifts. G came out in my head there. And I don't know why I just felt drawn. Oh, in the bottom of that deck, we had the sage. Of course you are. But see, I pulled this. This is the complementary oracle, and we got change and progress, right? The change, the temperance. Let's, balance it out, and then, that looking forward, that progress. Because I think once you get there, this was in the bottom of that deck, the oracle, and it's just this beautiful energy. It's just beautiful. You have even more to give that you haven't even unlocked yet. It's amazing. And I feel, it's funny, I touched on these two like little points and I forgot I put them down as quotes. And I said earlier, it's like there's a little witch in all of us. And Aunt Jet says that in the movie Practical Magic, I think. Or like, I think that was from Practical Magic, but yeah, there's a little witch in all of us. Mm-hmm. I feel like that's something that I think you wanted, like your guides wanted to come out again. And I flipped over the bottom and I felt called to say this too. They called her a witch because she knew how to heal herself. By, I don't know how to say the first, T-E-T, Tay V. Smith. Yeah. It's just hard to do it sometimes, right?
And Carolyn says, thank you. It makes sense. I'm working on tearing the tower down. I'm leaving Reiki. So she's no longer going to be following.
Oh, you're looking for something different.
Maybe.
I'm so curious. Will you tell me what it is? Because I'm getting something though, like with all this green, like I was seeing like a lot of like green, like in your chakra too, like healing your heart or something. But I wonder like if you're going on like you just have to keep me posted. I'm curious what your next journey is for yourself.
Alrighty, well, thank you. So up next is Joyful Dolphin. And ladies, because I accidentally, kicked out Sid, can we add her to the list? Is that all right?
Sure.
I feel bad for kicking her
Absolutely.
out. So we have Joyful next. We have Melly after, and then Sid, you will be our last reading for the night. We're at 9:14, so this should take us to around 10 o'clock. Are you ladies okay, energetic wise and time wise and everything?
Yeah.
Make sure you're okay. Yeah. All right.
My screaming girls are asleep. It's awesome.
So I think we're going to start again from the beginning. I've done all the other two, so put me up here. We've all taken each of the questions, so I'll just leave it like this. I'll take the first one. Kristen gets your dormant magical power, and Karen, how to embrace your power. And Dolphin, this is you.
So which question am I this time?
You're number 3.
Okay.
How to embrace your power.
Okay. Thank you. Hey, Heather, I just have to say, I saw what Carolyn said, too, like that her family was involved in the Salem witch trials. And I was just thinking that with like my quotes or whatever. I don't know if that was something
interesting.
Yeah, right? I just wanted to say that real fast. Thank you.
I'm related to John Alden, who was accused of witchcraft in Salem.
Oh, wow. I mean, my goodness, Christian, you're related to him. You have a king, a Swiss king in your ancestry.
Yeah, Swedish. Yeah.
I mean, Swedish.
Yeah.
I mean, wow. Girl. No wonder you all tapped in. And Carolyn says, thank you. Great as always. You're welcome, Carolyn. Thank you for letting us read for you. And hello, Janet. Good to see you. I thought I was going to watch a movie tonight, and here I am. Okay, which is where we are. Oh my. Hmm. Hmm. This is interesting. So, yes, Emily, I'm sorry, sweetheart, but questions are closed for the evening, my dear. But we will be doing a collective at the end. We'll pull a few cards for everybody who didn't get reads tonight. Um, so you're more than welcome to stay. And of course, again, when we do these readings, a lot of times they resonate for everybody. So we'll see how that goes. So, Dolphin, the first card I got for you, a clue to who you really are, I got the Watchtower of the East. Oh, let me put myself on the big screen here. So, this has to do with the season of spring, the time of renewal. So, I feel like you're very connected with the energy of that time of year, the rebirth, the new potential, creating new things, birthing new things. It's like an energy that resonates with you. Um, it's it's very it's a rebirth. It's about potential, and it's a time where a lot of ideas that you have during the winter months are able to be brought into fruition. I just feel like you're very connected to the springtime energy, and I would look into goddesses like Oistre, which was the goddess that they took Easter after. There's other goddesses of springtime as well. Ostara herself. There's a couple that are leaving me. At Flora is also another. So tapping into that energy, and that's pretty much because we talk about because East is a place of air, a lot of thinking. So making sure that we balance that air, that thinking, with more being grounded. So too much air, um, we get very lost in our imagination, in our dreams. We get very I don't see the word delusional, illusions. um it's kind of like when you go kind of when they call people an airhead, where we're all kind of like all in the heads in the clouds kind of thing. Just making sure that you do plenty to ground yourself. For your tarot, I pulled tarot cards, and I actually pulled from the house of the tarot of the haunted house, and I did get the Two of Wands. And the Two of Wands is about taking that potential, like in the spring, and wanting to take that wand of motivation and energy and passion and new beginnings, and start to communicate with that, and to start um, bringing that into the physical. This is about planning. This is about setting goals, laying things down. It's like the structure, it's like the blueprint. And in here, Raven is shown using a Ouija board, which I really don't recommend. And those in chat, Tom, you quiet. But Ouija board's about communication, what she's her wanting to establish. But again, the beautiful moon, the candles being lit, making sure that the communication that you are connecting with is that of your own. The next card I have is the Devil. And the Devil is about, again, things that we are very obsessive about. So, again, it connects with the Watchtower of the East, making sure that we don't become so obsessed with thoughts and goals and people and idea. Whatever it is that you may find, some people get, are obsessed with or get addicted to drinking, or maybe too much social media, maybe food. There's all different types of behaviors and things that we can maybe get too obsessed about, and that we're chained, but we can take those chains off of it, of ourselves. Just being sure that we're not bound. We don't bind ourselves to something that is unhealthy for us. Next card emphasizes I got the Tower. So a tower moment happening when things just kind of come crashing down. So when we move away from um, the devil energy of letting go and walking away from things that are unhealthy for us, that are not good for us, we can have a tower moment. But the towers are a positive card to me because we get to rebuild our structures. We get to create a new foundation. And the overall energy is the Two of Cups. So this is about reconnecting and creating relationships with others, loving relationships. This could be with a partner. This could be within ourselves, and this could be also with people, our friends, our family. So that is the overall energy, trying to keep that balance, keep your relationships, especially with yourself, um, kind, compassionate, and gentle. But really watch our, because I'm with the East card and then the full moon, the Devil card, Tower. Just being mindful of, you know, your thoughts, your actions, and making sure that you draw that in so that you find more of a balance. So when that Tower moment does come up, or if it hasn't already, you have a better foundation to build from that. And that's what I have for you. And who was next? Was it you, Kristen? Okay.
I think, yes. Okay, so your dormant magical power. Let's see, I pulled an oracle card first, and you got translucence, love the darkness. And I see this card as referring to shadow work, of working on your inner demons. And I see this as something that's dormant. You're not fully cognizant of the fact that you're able to face those dark corners of your psyche and to come out better, stronger, wiser, more compassionate, because we all have demons, we all have darkness in us, and we have to learn to love those parts of ourselves. And I think your inner strength, your magical power is that love. It's the love that can come through the darkness. And the three tarot cards I got were strength. It takes a lot of will. It takes a lot of will to be able to get through the dark times, to come out of it without being wounded. And that's part of your magical power. You also got the Eight of Pentacles. And the Eight of Pentacles is about tenacity. It's about doing the same thing over and over and over again until you get it right. And so part of your magical power is that tenacity. It's the stick to itness, if you will. And then you got the Three of Swords, and the Three of Swords, it's a card of pain usually. And so, but I'm going to read this slightly different. I see it as you puncturing the shadow, you puncturing your psyche and letting it bleed forth, all the things that need to be worked on. It's pulling up all the muck, and it's facing it, it's challenging it, it's loving it, and processing it and alchemizing it. So that's what I have for you, for your magical power.
Says I got God, he won't let the demons I'm in, I'm protected. Okay. So Karen. Sorry.
It was okay. It's like fed me a little piece of steak.
Mama's got to eat.
Oh my goodness. I'm like, there were so many times I'm looking down. I'm like, what?
Bye, Dina.
Hi, Dina. Like all this earth energy makes me wonder, like, if you're like when you're born, like you know, if you're like if you're Earth sign, like if you're Virgo, Taurus, or Capricorn, because I had a lot of Earth come out, and a little bit of air too. So, anyways, we'll just get into it. Okay, so first off, this one flew out on its own. It's a Two of Pentacles. And she's standing on a seesaw, by the way. And look, the cat's like about to like throw, you know, it's that constant trying to balance things out, stay in the flow. You can kind of feel like you're pulled between competing interests. And also, too, money, you know, money, finances, your security. Not sometimes it's I got to take this and put this here, and then, you know, like just making things work, right? And that can be hard to stay in that energy. And next, I got this Empress here, okay? I think, like, first off, because I mean, I'm looking at like what they want you to embrace with your powers or whatever. It's like, yes, like it can be hard to do this, but look, a lot of the times this like little thing here they call like oneness or whatever, but it's like that infinity sign, you know, you turn it, it's like that 8. A lot of the times I feel like it's more of like turned in some of the other cards, but this one is very like balanced. And even though that cat's about like to jump and mess it up for her, they want you to embrace like your focus to keep going forward here. I think I got the Empress. That's got some earth and air vibes because it's ruled by Venus. It's going to be Libra or Taurus. So, you know, this Empress, this is beautiful. You know, if it's, you know, yeah, sure, it can be, you know, it's a mother energy, but it doesn't always have to be, you know, birthing a child. It can be birthing, you know, projects, creations, whatever. And it's funny, like y'all were saying what, like spring earlier. I was like, oh, this feels so springy to me, you know, or like, you know, those bright, happier times. But anyway, she's looking out and just holding, you know, like holding what she's creating inside of her. And above that, like my charms that came out, I had this like little Lego guy helmet. I've got a lot of little Lego pieces because somebody gave us a bunch. I'm like, we don't need all those. So I turn them into charms. Those little things that you wear over the hard hat, right? To protect your ears. That feels like be careful not to let what others say to you kind of tune that out, right? Because I had that leaf there and that's about like growing, right? It's like just, it looks like a little sprout here. It's like, yeah, and protecting your energy. Because Heather, I mean, my jaw just hit the floor. I was only trying to get one more card, and then these like 3 just flew, and I was just like, and I looked and I was like, oh God, I've got to take them. I've got to take them. I got to take them. I will go through these, you know, a little bit faster because I didn't mean for these to fall out like all like that, but it makes sense. Okay. We got the Devil here, and Heather pulled that energy. And, you know, some of the things like she said too, you know, it's really not even about an actual devil here, obviously. Like, I mean, that can be in ourselves, it can be in others, just the things that we're we're tied to, we feel bound to. And look, like he's like holding money and then ice cream over this other one. The cat's like, no, wait, no, don't look at him. You really get that like feeling of like wanting to be lured away here. And I had, and this is not the same shovel, by the way. So this might be a charm theme tonight because I have two. The shovel came out over the devil. That definitely needs to be taken out. Okay. And I don't know if these two letters will mean anything to you. I got an E and an A. Okay. On the devil. So all those terms fell on the devil except the hard hat and the other fell on the empress. And then my other terms about here is like I feel like there's some type of truth standing up and also learning and looking into something more to how you can to get into this truth. Because even though like it can be scary or whatever, with this Five of Pentacles, it might could go there anyways. So just ask for help. You can always ask for help, but it's better though because this clearly said to me, and I know that's what this is about right here, is standing your ground, because the mountains, the standing your ground. And here in this Five of Pentacles, look, she's with a child there and the cat, and then they're outside of this house in the snow. But who knows? Like, what's the continuation of the story? What if she goes and asks for help and they give it to her? We don't know unless we ask sometimes. And I don't feel like spirit and God divine, like who we believe in, right, is going to leave you out in the cold. But they don't expect you to suffer either and to feel like isolation. This is Saturn in Virgo. Saturn teaches us our boundaries and teaches us how to grow and challenge ourselves. And that can be hard with the earth sign too, because we like security. We like things to be, I don't like things feeling unsure. And I can feel that. So, but I feel like there's a call to trust. There might be some mountains to climb, but you're gonna get through it. Just persevere and plant the seeds. All this earth. Plant the seeds. They can grow. And my quotes for you, I could talk more, but I'm not. um, I pulled one and then this other one flew. So I feel like there's some really important messages here for you. And I'm glad you're here with us. Oh, yeah. By the way, the bottom of the text, this is something that needs to, this is a completion. This is like a graduation, a big lesson for you. Okay. The world is the end of the journey there. You can do this. Yeah. That is a good thing. All right. So I'm going to read the first one. It's kind of like a little witchy tip. Being outside on a windy day with the air element there is a great way to cleanse yourself. Visualize the wind passing through you, carrying away any negative energy. So definitely got some negative energy around you. And then this is, I love this one. I drew this like little moon phase above too. The moon reminds me that it may sometimes look like I'm losing myself, but that's just a phase. I am always whole. So just remember that. And yeah, it's just some big cards. Thank you for letting me read for you.
All righty. Thank you, Karen. So she said, awesome read. So up next is Enchanting Lunar Guidance, which is Melly. And she says, Karen, I love how you read your charms. And Lego charms are great charms. Love the quotes too.
Thank you.
So okay, we still have two people to go.
Yes.
So and then our are we still doing okay, Kristen, Karen? We still our energy
Yeah,
still good?
yeah.
Okay.
Sorry, that was like a big, like,
Mm,
yeah, that was a big message. These are
okay.
like a lot of good messages tonight.
So I now, Kristen, the last one we did, you were number two, right? So number three would be good. So I'll just gonna keep us right here then. So Karen, you'll do the
Okay,
first one, and I'll
okay,
do the second, and this would be for Melly,
okay. I love Millie. All right.
and she said her minions are finally in bed.
Mine too. Mine too. Last night it wasn't so good for me. That one really fought it hard. She's like, I can crawl out of bed and run away.
And Karen, your
Yeah.
charm collection will be expanding soon. Watch for a mail delivery.
Oh wow. And you know what's funny? Oh my god, that's so sweet. And like I had this like weird Sheen coupon and my I just was handed all these charms that just came in too. Like I got them for like $5. These charms. That's so cool. And has like the best charms. But yeah, I've been having a lot of fun, looking at it's kind of like junk journaling, right, Heather? Where you look at repurposing things that you assign a new value to them and turn them into art or use them, like repurpose them, and it's like this really great feeling that I'm not just like so give me like your little dolls like shoes and stuff. Anyways, thank you. All right. Well, I could start saying like the first card I threw down here. A clue to who you really are. I got Medicine Mother. Honor your inner knowing. Okay. This is our Medicine Mother, Melly. And I know you're a mother like me, but it's more than just that. You've got medicine that you can give and heal. Meow. We'll call that confirmation. Um,
You
to
did your
give.
confirmation.
Yes, I accept your confirmation. Yeah. And that's that honor your inner knowing. That's crazy because like I feel like I just said that to you like Saturday or something, right? Or not too long ago. I mean, I'm sure a lot of us always say that, but I feel like it was that dreams night, Millie? Oh my god, it's all running together. But yeah, it's like you can. I know I told somebody I was like, you can actually like interpret your own dreams or anything for yourself better than anybody else actually can. They can just help you see more insight. So honor your inner knowing because it's something to be trusted. Let me get these. I'm gonna have to cut the deck. I had one fly out. I'll just go ahead and tell you it was a 3 of swords. Okay. But let's see what the rest. Oh goodness. It feels like Scorpio seasoned all these transformations. It feels big. Okay, so the 3 of swords here. Yeah, look, it's like makes me think of like the box chocolates you get. He's like, now like let me just stick these knives in them, and it looks like there's been some writing here too, Millie. I believe this might be like journaling too. Writing the inner knowing down. Don't leave it behind because she's not there. You can't see her, right? Don't leave it behind. Like keep at it, okay? And after that, it's like they want you to Grace, this is really interesting message here. Okay. Um, let's see, we have this Four of Pentacles in the middle. And look, like he's just like sitting on the chest, and like it looks like there's like even like gold that's just like coming out of it. And then like this, cat is like looking out. But the way I would look at that though is like it's not again this is just like embrace the pain and grow it. Is that like a theme tonight? Because then we have like the Five of Cups, and um that Five of Cups, there's always two cups left behind, right? Heal yourself, embrace the pain. Don't like hold on to something you don't need to, because if you're afraid of the pain that could come from it. But look, there's like a whole party. Like that's not just like two little cups. I mean, those cups are standing. There's like balloons and a bottle of wine or something and a lobster. Are you kidding me? Like that's something. I mean, there's a lot to look behind there. And I don't think you know what that means for you. And on the bottom is like this Four of Swords. It's time for you to have some rest out of whatever this is for you. Let me, I have a couple of charms here. Yeah, certainly not. Nobody's gonna poison your chocolate. I'm so glad I like looked this up earlier today because I just was pulled this out of my charm bucket just to see. Sometimes I do, and I'm like, just to see what I put in there because I forget. And I did look this up, and it's red jasper. And it fell in the Five of Cups. And red jasper, is good for building self-confidence and your healing, like giving you like courage and strength. And I don't know, there was a bunch of different stuff with it. The letter I came out over that Three of Swords. I. And I think part of another charm like fell off of here or whatever. So I don't really know what this is supposed to be. I'm not gonna lie. I think this fell off. It was part of a bigger part. I remember what it was. The lock came off the door. Okay, I can't make this stuff up. Okay. There was a leg, like a little lock, and it was holding two of these like little doors together, and they just came apart. And then like you look, and I just dropped to the floor. You look, I mean, he's sitting in a chest like with all this like treasure, underneath it. Yeah, I think you know what that means. So, courage, my friend. Maybe red jasper as well. And let me just pull your special little coin for you, and then I will be done with my part. Yeah. Wow. Oh, there we go. I'm just going to hold it up and let you read it.
So true.
Yes. They can be our manifestations. They can be the things that we ruin others and think it's not like that important because they're just words. Words, they do have impact. Everybody's like, oh, it's all about action. I mean, it's a whole thing together, right? Like, we can't just be like, oh, as long as we're doing this, the words don't matter. But also, though, too, like our words matter, how we talk to ourselves, yeah. So, I'm trying to like rescript my self-talk, So, anyways, thank you for letting me read for you, Melly. I always enjoy seeing you, and you're so kind.
Okay, up next. So your dormant magical power, Melly. Um, I have the Lambert Walker. So I think your dormant magical power is the ability to see through any sort of situation, especially obstacles, puzzles. Especially when, you know, with life, if it's and I think you help. What it is that you're able to do that for yourself, but you also able to help others as well. When some people kind of get lost in the maze of life or the labyrinth of life, you're able to rise above it. I love the purple. It's like using your intuition, your ability to your connection to spirit, and it rises you above, and it helps you give that perspective. I feel like that is something that is a power of yours, and I see it continue on in my Lenormand. I have the ship, and the ship is about travel, moving forward, helping people kind of take control of their ship, helping them to show um, which way to go, showing them how to take the wheel of their own life and to steer their own course. And again, to help people find balance, not just balance within yourself, but helping others find that beautiful, perfect balance as well. Um, Next card I got, I was going to take it out, but I got the fox. And so the fox is about trickster. And so maybe when things happen that people maybe come to you, or where you find yourself in a situation where you get tripped up or you feel like, how did this happen? The fox is clever, and it's also a trickster, and sometimes that spirit reaching out to kind of trip us up, to make us more like snapping out of our heads, so to speak, or our headspace or our egos, to kind of take a look around and say, I have to proceed different, I have to move forward differently. They're kind of on those little wake up calls. And on the bottom I got the cross, and the cross is about suffering and pain. And I think your gift is being able to, because you've been through all of this so much yourself, and you have that beautiful empathic ability, that through your experience, not only can you rise above, the obstacles and challenges in life, and um, you're able to take your experiences to help others find that balance, to help them steer forward and move forward, help them show the lessons that are learned, and to be able to take the pain and their suffering and to turn it into something positive. And that's what I have for you, Melly. And I'll give you over to Kristen.
You got the pain too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you're supposed to write. Yeah.
Okay, so how to embrace your power. I pulled from the Star Rune Oracle, and you got the Rune Bracano Healing. So I would say that in order to embrace your power, you have to embrace the healing process within yourself. I'm not saying that you have to be fully healed before you can work with others and help others. It's just recognizing that there's stuff in you that needs to be worked on and healed. And that's a powerful gift you could give other people, to work on your own healing. You got the Five of Wands, which is a card of conflict. I would say this is inner conflict. Maybe there's parts of yourself that are sort of battling it out, maybe a battle of wills of like things that you're struggling with, things that are weighing you down. And that leads on to the Ten of Wands. And the Ten of Wands is, partly about a burden, about, not being willing to ask for help. And so I think part of you embracing your power is asking for help when you need it. And then you also got the Empress card. And to me, the Empress card can be, I think ultimately she's a mother figure. So I'm going to say this is about mothering yourself. So this is a self-care card. So don't be afraid to take time for your own healing, because you deserve it. And don't be afraid to have self-care, because I think once you embrace the healing process and ask for help and allow some time for self-care, then you can truly be present for other people. And I think that's your power, is being present to people. So that's what I got.
All righty. Thank you, Kristen. So I asked if Sid was here, but Sid, if you are, honey, we are running a bit behind. We probably will not be able to get to your cards tonight. It's almost 10 o'clock. So, you ladies okay for just a collective, a few cards for the collective, and then
Sure.
we'll, okay.
Yeah. And I would apologize real fast because I just realized like I forgot what question I was answering at the end of that one. That Lego like door
Um,
thing breaking open like spun me, and I realized I think I was answering embracing it as that. Anyways, my
okay.
bad.
Thank you, Sid. I see that you're still here. Thank you for understanding. But we're going to do a collective. So a few cards, I think we will just go ahead. I'll take the questions down and then we can just do, pull a few cards for a final for the collective.
Yeah.
And so Sid, hopefully what we pull will be um, useful to you, my dear. Um, and hello, Shelby. Thank you for dropping by and saying hi.
Hi, Moonfox.
Oh, are you kidding me? That's perfect. Mm, okay. So I am going to go because I just couldn't believe this. Okay, thank you, Sid. I appreciate that. Hello, Tamsy Faye. Good to see you, my dear. So for the collective, this is the year. This is the
TMT.
time of year for honoring our ancestors. And what card came out? Our ancestors, remembrance. So for this week, remembering your ancestors. My fellow reader and friend, Allison, she actually has an ancestor altar with certain family members from her past that she mentions their names on a regular basis, lights a candle, and keeps their memory going. And so it's beautiful ways of honoring our ancestors. I keep my grandma over my shoulder. I have one of her pictures. So this is a time of remembering our ancestors, some that we may have not even known, but coming through, saying that it's good to remember where we come from so that we can take from their past lives, their mistakes, their ways of living, and to take their their stories and to forge new ones for ourselves and forge new roads and new pathways as well. I also got the moon cycles, and this is perfect because this Friday is the new moon. And so, again, acknowledging the moon cycles, new moon coming up, time to plant new seeds, time to set new intentions, and to like go deep within, meditate, get grounded, um, converse with your shadow, show it love like your ancestors, because there's always lessons that we can learn from our ancestors, from our shadow aspects. And I also got the lady and I got the goddess, and this is beautiful because it's reminding us to acknowledge our divine feminine within all of us. Even the men have the divine feminine, and to remember her and to love her and to embrace her. And the final message, boundaries as well. So ancestors, new moon, setting boundaries, new boundaries. We have for us in the States, this week is coming up. It's for elections and everything. And with everything else going on in the world, we may feel like everything is coming down in and around us. But remember, when we set those healthy boundaries where we only allow the positive people into our lives, the positive energies, um, the positive words that we tell ourselves, the good thoughts, the compassion for us. That's how we stay grounded, how we thrive, and how we can move through the week into this next cycle. Boundaries are so, so important. So that's what I have. And who would like to go next? Kristen?
Karen can go next.
Oh,
Okay.
You want me to
okay.
go?
Oh, go ahead. And then we'll go
Okay.
Karen.
So I pulled from 2 oracle decks. So I pulled from the Magic of You oracle, and I got Minimus, a commune with the source. And it's a woman. I don't know if you could see it. It's really weird, but like it's a woman that's like part tree, like she's turning into a tree. And so I think this is just a message to say, commune with whatever energy that you conceptualize, and can commune with. That is, whether it's God, deity, multiple deities, archetypes, whatever brings you strength. That's a call to connect with that energy. And we got Nauthi's Craving from the Star Rune Oracle. And then we got Awa's Synergy and Uru's Strength. And I think this is just saying, go your own way. Don't be afraid to go your own way, to reach out what you're craving for. Reach out for what you're craving for. Synergy, to me, I guess I would read this as just connection. Don't be afraid to reach out for connection with people, because that will help you in building strength. So, and you can see that she's crying, and it's just a message of saying you can be crying and still be strong. You can be expressing emotions, the quote unquote negative emotions, and still be a very powerful being. And so I think this is just a message of connection and personal power and bringing those together. So that's what I have for everyone. So.
And I like that because the athame is what a tool that a Wiccan uses if you do ceremony, directs energy. So again, not only are you creating personal boundaries, but you're directing your personal energy and taking power back and directing where that energy goes and those boundaries. So that's beautiful, Kristen. Love that. And I'll give over to Karen, the minx.
So I got this beautiful card that came out, and for my angels and ancestors. She's just so beautiful. This is the Water Guardian. Connect with your emotions. And really connecting though too. It's really like sitting to like think about them, but also like not letting people like pressure you to tell you what yours is. It's okay to like step back and think about things. It's actually really good because emotions kind of come and go. Some stay, but really strong ones that kind of like sweep in. And we're in Mars and Cancer right now too. And like Mars and Cancer, it's kind of tricky because Cancer is like so emotional, and it feels like that security and emotions can like pop off kind of easily or whatever. So I think it's like take a beat and really think about what you're feeling and embrace it. It matters. Okay. This one like totally just speaks for itself. I get that like 2 of Wands feeling, like looking out. Follow your dreams. So listen.
I like that.
Yeah, go inside, listen. In this healing, but also though too, looking out the window. But I got to do it this way. It's opposite, right? Okay. Look at the window and look who's there as the star. Oh, I think once you can honor those emotions, and the bottom of the deck, this was a big player tonight too, is the Empress, I
Yes.
believe. Yes.
Empress.
Yeah. that divine feminine energy, right? It's, yeah, healing and acknowledging our emotions. My like charms that came out, and this was over Follow Your Dreams. And this is kind of like a little, kind of like, it makes me think like, it's like little hat came up, but like a little kind of like, you know, like little construction kind of worker guy. And this was like a train too, but you know, trains, the travel, you know, that following, like think about what it is and go after it, right? Um, I had like two come out again. There's a lot of messages tonight. All right, so a witch does not need to fix problems. She fixes the energy around the problems. Then the problems
Ooh, I
fix
like that.
themselves. And this is by like Dasha Evelyn. Yeah, I like that too. She fixes the energy around the problems. And I think like that's where you got to really go in with your emotions, right? And connect and really consider the energy. And also make sure it's still stable by the time, you know, like sometimes, I mean, you know, when we fight and we say things, I mean, I think it's just a good thing, you know, to make sure like you still feel that intensity, because the moon, that's our emotions, our fears, everything. Like look how fast it shifts, you know, that just changes. And this was another one that wanted to come out. I don't know if I'm going to say this right. The four axioms. Sounds good enough. Witchcraft is I know what to think. Number 2, dare to think it. Number 3, will to do it. And this one's interesting. Number 4, keep silent about it. I think that was a repeated thing too. It was like, keep silent about it. Because other people, you know, like might not all need to know that, right? And just a little added one, because I've got to read this for my girl, okay? I'll read this for you, Heather. Is the one I put up in the for y'all earlier today. Turn off the social media, pour yourself a hot cup of magic, and blast some Stevie Nicks.
There you go. I like that. That's what I was
That
playing
was on the bottom of the
backstage.
deck.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
was playing that when the girls came back.
Yeah. So yeah, go listen to your music, you know. And this is a time, our commitment to ourselves is being
Bye,
tested right now.
Carmela. Thank you.
So go with the flow, take a beat, honor your emotions, but also like don't give up on those dreams. Keep at it. Grow
Yes.
them. You got
Don't
this.
stop thinking about
Believe in.
tomorrow.
Oh, sorry, I
Don't
wanted to
stop
see that.
believing. There you go. So, ladies, we are at 10:04. Thank you so much. And thank you, Sid, for being so gracious. I will be reading again with Ange and Elizabeth on Thursday. So feel free to drop by and get a read. Before we go, Kristen, do you have anything that you got planned coming up on your channel that you want to share? You're on mute, just so you know.
I don't do much with my channel these days, so I don't have anything in the works
Collapse.
at the moment.
Okay.
So
So thank you for joining Karen and I tonight. It was such a joy.
oh, it was wonderful.
Yeah.
And I was just listening to Rihanna, and that was one of the songs I was listening to when Karen came in too. So, of course. And hello, Judith. Good to see you, my dear. And Karen, what else do you have coming up this week? Do you have anything?
I think
We've
this
all
was
been
like the
very
last.
busy.
Yeah. I haven't made like any commitments per se. There are things in the works, and yeah, but no hard commitments on anything right now.
No.
Just
All
stay
right.
tuned.
Yes, subscribe. Stay tuned to these lovely ladies and wonderful readers. And
Thank you for
be
being here.
so and as I was mentioning in the chat, Cody, you know, we all have different opinions as long as we all stay respectful to each other in chat. You know, we're here to have the conversation and to share our thoughts and ideas. So I pride my chats on being respectful and a safe space for people to come and to get readings and to share their thoughts and feelings. So thank you for that. And again, thank you, everybody. I hope you all have a wonderful night. Thank you again for joining us, and we will see you on our next live. Good night, everyone. And again, ladies, thank you
Night.
very much for joining me. It was fun.
Thank you.